Hey, Dana here, and welcome to my garage. Today we're going to work on the '08 Mercury Mariner. I took it out for its first drive yesterday, and it has got one heck of a shimmy throughout its run, and it's, to me, it feels like the main drive shaft is unbalanced, and whether the carrier bearing's bad, or maybe the bearing system where the shaft goes into the transmission. Those balls may be dry. So, and I've found that before. What I end up doing is dropping the drive shaft and then taking it out for a drive. When you drop that shaft, all you're doing is disconnecting, four-wheel drive from the system. But that's what I'm going to do, and take it out for a test drive, see what happens. I've already changed the drive shaft. It's got a brand new drive shaft on the passenger side, and I just changed the drive shaft on the driver shaft, the CV shafts. So I know those are good, but I did find that the bolts, because I guess the boy I bought it from had the subframe replaced. Well, guess what? The rear subframe bolts were loose. They went and tried to tighten them up, and then the bolts let go up inside the frame. So I took care of that. All right, stay tuned. And this is troubleshooting the Shimmy on this 2008 Mercury Mariner. Okay. All right, we're underneath. Now, when they did the subframe, like I said, these bolts were loose. I could just turn them with my fingers. And then they broke loose up inside the frame, and I was able to get them retightened up. Now, when you pull your subframe, you're gonna have to pull your drive shaft. So they may not have marked it when they put it back up, or there was something else wrong with the drive shaft and they didn't think anything about it. In here you have bearings. So you're gonna pull these. I don't know what size Allens those are, but you pull those, but you got to make sure that you're going to bring the whole cup out. Okay, this is going to be empty, and the ball bearings are inside. Those ball bearings may be dry in there, or I hope they didn't lose them when they went to pull them out, because that would have been bad, and that would have taken care of this whole situation, causing this problem. So stay tuned. All right, here we go. We're back. I've got the stanchions up there, so I got some support. Now I'll go ahead and start pulling these. These are probably T10s, and those are just regular sockets. Stay tuned. All righty. Back this out some. Here we go. Those are 12 metric, and started them backing them out with the ratchet, and then went ahead and used the electric to take them all the way out. Now, what I recommend is go ahead and mark this. You can go and mark it with a magic marker. I like using a chisel. So I mark it right straight across here. And I know when I go to put it back up, I'll be able to line that one with it. So it takes care of that. Now we'll go ahead and I think the T45s, they go on to take those out. Stay tuned. All right, we're going to go ahead and pull these now. The T45s. Get it in there. Hey. T45s. I'm really loosen them up. Now, when you pull this off of here, very important, do your best to pull the cup with it. I just dropped it. All right, we'll be back. Okay, now remember, when you pull these out, they've got these little split rings. Keep them together, okay? Now, I'm gonna go ahead and, so we're gonna do here, hopefully it'll come, the cup on the end here will stay together and you're not pulling it out and losing the little balls in there. Not a good thing. All right, we're gonna come back here and do the carrier bearing assembly here. You've got that, and then you've also got it's a safety cable. So if this freaking let go, it's got something to grab. Okay, the other one's a 15 mil, and that is a 21 mil. So that takes care of that. And you see, put them on the stands. All right, I'll drop those down. Those are loose in the back. I don't know where I sit right here. Hopefully this will come out with no issue. Any balls going all over the place. Punch that down. That might be a 15 too. Go 15? Nope. Nope. All right. That one was a 13. That's just a matter of dropping it. So again, 21, 15, T45s, and the rear ones back there are 11s. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Go ahead and wrap on this piece, okay? Get it so it's loose. It's going to pull out. What you don't want is this side, okay? You have all your little ball bearings in there. You do not want that coming out, okay? You want this side coming out. All right, so I gotta go do the rear first, and then this should drop forward. Gotta make sure those don't come out on me. All right, a good idea. Put these back in for now, or at least partially in there, so they're just sitting in there. All right, just so they're sitting in there. Okay, we're now disconnected from the vehicle and just sitting on the jack stands. This is what you want. Again, you don't want the back side to go bye-bye on you. Okay, because it does. You got balls all over the floor. And coming into this freaking, like 6 years ago, maybe longer, you'll have to see what the date on that video I did with reinstalling those ball bearings, because nobody had one up on YouTube. So when you buy that shaft, this is installed on it, okay? That cap's on there. So, but those balls come out of there. I had them, they went zing all around the floor out here. Like, oh my God. And that took me about a week to get them so they'd go back in right. And there wasn't anybody on YouTube that had done it yet. Only me, of course. All right, so there we are. Let me drop this thing, get it out of the way. We'll take this out for a test ride and find out if that was the shimmy problem. All right, I got it where I can get to it. Keep everything right together. All right, put your bolts back in. Snug them down fairly tight so you don't lose them. Keep those on this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and put all your bolts back in, snug them down fairly tight, put all your nuts back on, put your bolt back in, and just go ahead and leave your bolts that are on your shaft flex here right where they're at so you don't lose them. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get this on the road. See if this was our vibration. All right, I'm back on the road with it. That was the problem. The drive shaft is screwed up. So I've got to figure out whether it's a U-joint or freaking it was actually the carrier bearing. I may have to pull the one off of my other one. I do have a kind of a steering issue because I've got a lot of play in my steering wheel. Would you back out? It turns really good, but I got this play right now with nothing happening. Wait for these guys to come down the hill. Alright, so that takes care of that problem. Get it back on the rack here and find out exactly what my issue is with my steering, whether it's inside the rack or I've got inner and outer inner tie rod issues. Alright, so that takes care of that. You see, I got no shimmy. I mean, it was bad. I mean, whoa, what do we got going here? So with that, but now I'll show you. I got it straight away here. Okay. Oh, it's straight away. Okay, so see, I can turn my steering wheel, and nothing's happened within those 2-inch range. Alright, thanks for watching. If you like, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, definitely share. And this was troubleshooting the major shimmy issue on this 08 Mercury Mariner.